started this shit.
Ayesha Curry type.
He's silly.
We just keeping it real. Did y'all see that shit?
I don't know.
Recent Drake concert?
No.
Wait, what happened?
Weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What?
You're not
Like,
looking. You're not even
but I'm gonna tell you something else too.
So, I didn't want kids.
I mean, what if she telling the truth? Like, you know, hold on, let's like.
I didn't want to get married. I thought I was gonna be career girl, and that's it.
So you guys, Steph Curry is furious right now, and honestly, can you blame him? Because Corey Holcomb just went on his podcast dragging Ayesha Curry like never before. And now there's allegedly private footage floating around that shows her getting a little too comfortable with one of Steph's own teammates after that Drake concert. Yeah, it's bad. He basically said out loud what people have been whispering for years. To make matter worse, Corey even claimed that Ayesha got mad at that concert because Drake didn't give her attention, like she couldn't stand being in the background while her husband was in the spotlight. And apparently, that's not a one-time thing. There's a pattern, that same need for validation, that same energy she's been giving for years, even with all the fame, money, and love she already has. So if what he's saying is true, this might be the red flag Steph ignored for way too long, and now it's blowing up right in his face. When this new alleged clip started making rounds, a lot of people suddenly remembered something that had happened years ago. Back when everyone was still clowning that viral moment from the Drake concert, one comedian, yeah, the same one stirring headlines now, had already called it out. He said what a lot of people were too scared to say out loud, that Ayesha seemed uncomfortable letting her husband have the spotlight, that she craved attention like she couldn't breathe without it.
I always got some good family up here with me when it's, you know what's about to be a party.
Now at the time, everyone dragged him for it. They said he was being messy, disrespectful, even jealous of their marriage. But now that footage has allegedly leaked, people are realizing he might have seen it coming all along. Back then, he described that concert moment in detail, how Ayesha supposedly looked irritated when Drake greeted Steph but didn't acknowledge her the same way. He claimed she wanted that validation so badly.
See, the internet is so tricky because, you know, she doing good too. She probably got her own stuff going. But either than that, if you think about it, if Stephen Curry put her on to a lot of stuff and she didn't have nothing and he put her on, that could have affected her too because she never really got the chance to fight for what she wanted to actually do in life. But who knows? Who knows?
When Drake finally tried to smooth things over by calling her a beautiful queen, it was already too late.
Woman was so mad that Drake was speaking to her husband and not giving her all the credit. Look up the video.
And that's respect. Drake shouldn't be speaking with another man's wife.
Saw how upset she was. He said, and his beautiful queen, whatever, he tried to give her, but no, that wasn't good enough.
It was too late.
And if what's being said is true, that her behavior after the concert crossed a line, then maybe that whole rant wasn't just trash talk. Maybe it was a warning nobody wanted to hear. See, that's the thing. When you look back, this didn't come out of nowhere. The signs have been there for years. Even before this whole situation blew up, Ayesha had already made it pretty clear that she's always wanted to be seen. In one interview, she admitted she never really wanted to get married or have kids. She said she pictured herself as a career girl, and that everything happened too fast after meeting Steph.
No, I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was gonna be career girl, and that's it.
And maybe that's where things started shifting, because from that point on, it's like she's been trying to prove she's more than just Steph Curry's wife. Then you add in that moment everyone remembers, when she went on Red Table Talk and said she missed male attention. She literally said it. It sounds weird, but I like male attention. Even Sonia told her on camera that thinking like that could lead her down a dangerous path. That one line stuck, because it said everything people needed to know about what was really going on under the surface.
Weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What?
You're not
Like,
looking. You're not even looking.
But I'm gonna tell you something else too. When your radar's turned off, because I dealt with that for years too, like, and I was young, like you.
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh my
not
God,
fair.
I mean.
Because I don't want it, but
Yeah.
it'd be nice to know that, like, someone's looking.
But
That
when
can
your
get
radar's
dangerous.
turned off, right.
And the craziest part? Every few years since then, she's done something that makes that old quote look less like an overshare and more like a confession. Like, remember that time on The Reel when a shirtless waiter walked out and she pretended to take off her wedding ring? It was supposed to be a joke, but nobody was laughing. NBA fans were furious, saying stuff like, it's like she really wants to be a 304, but she doesn't want to lose that envy me and married status. And honestly, they kind of had a point, because when your husband is one of the biggest names in sports and you're pretending to ditch your ring on national TV, it just looks bad. And it didn't stop there. There was that tweet during the NBA Finals where she accused the league of being rigged after one of Steph's losses. She literally jeopardized his image mid-championship season because she couldn't control her emotions online. Like, imagine your husband fighting for another ring and you're out here calling out the NBA on Twitter. That's not ride or die energy, that's chaos.
Piece, Mrs. Curry tweeted intimating that the league is fixed and they won this Game 7. That'll be part of the news. Steph is going to be on the off days, big part of this news, throwing the mouthpiece, hitting the fan.
And that's the thing about Ayesha. Every time she's in the spotlight, something happens that leaves Steph cleaning up the mess. It's like no matter how private he tries to be, she always finds a way to make headlines, and not in a good way. From the interviews to the tweets to these new rumors, it's all starting to look connected. Because when someone keeps telling you who they are, at some point, you've got to believe them. Now here's where things start getting a little too close for comfort, literally. Because according to what's being whispered online, that same night after the Drake concert, Ayesha was allegedly spotted backstage, not with Steph, but chatting alone with one of his teammates. And people who claim to have seen it say the body language was questionable, too relaxed, too familiar, like someone who forgot where the boundaries were. Of course, nobody's naming names yet, but the way it's being described, it lines up a little too perfectly with what that old podcast rant warned about, a certain NBA wife getting too cozy with the wrong person. And when you think about it, it makes sense why this blew up so fast. The idea that she'd be in a private moment with someone from Steph's own circle, that's not just messy, that's betrayal on home court. Now, to be clear, nothing's been proven. This is all speculation right now. But even the possibility has people side-eyeing, because we've seen this dynamic before. Ayesha has a history of lingering behind the guys during post-game celebrations, laughing a little too hard at jokes, staying a little too close when the cameras are rolling. And when you stack that on top of her public admissions, the need for male attention, the insecurities, the constant chase for validation, it's not hard to see why this rumor feels believable to so many. And honestly, this wouldn't even be the first time she's been called out for attention-seeking behavior. Back in March 2025, Ayesha went viral after posting a set of bikini photos from her birthday trip. She was celebrating turning 36, posing on a yacht with friends, wearing a gray leopard print swimsuit, and while the photos looked harmless at first, the backlash hit fast. People were quick to remind her that she once shaded women for showing too much skin online. One person even commented, wasn't she the one judging women that posted these types of pics? And that's when people started connecting the dots again. She's even mentioned in interviews that she's been going to therapy for years, trying to find balance and focus on herself. But if you look at it now,
Yeah, like that's the thing about us humans, bro. Like we can't judge nothing. Like we judge a lot, but we can't judge nothing. The only one that could judge is, that man above, the Most High. But then again, we allowed to observe stuff in a righteous way if you're righteous about it. But then again, it's like, man, that's crazy.
maybe that therapy isn't just about self-care. Maybe it's about holding things together that have already started to crack.
If I have a career and I'm not home, like did you experience that?
I still experience that. I still experience that. I'm always in therapy talking about this. But what I realized is, like, if you lose, like for me being married and like with my husband, if you lose all of those things that
what's her beliefs? Like what's her beliefs?
were interesting about you.
And honestly, that says a lot. Because if you zoom out and look at how Steph's been moving lately, it feels like someone trying to keep an image alive, not a marriage. He's always been patient, defending her after every viral moment, even clapping back at Killer Mike recently when he called her embarrassing. For years, Steph's played the loyal husband role perfectly, smiling through awkward interviews, pretending like nothing ever phases him. But insiders are saying this time is different, because if Corey Holcomb really does have footage tying Ayesha to another player, that's straight up betrayal. But here's the thing. Just days after that rumor started picking up steam, Steph posted a new photo with Ayesha and the kids. All smiles, all love, picture perfect as usual. But if you look closely, it feels more like a PR move than a family moment, like damage control disguised as domestic bliss. Now, at this point, fans are split. Some say Ayesha's just misunderstood, that she's been honest about her insecurities and people twist her words. But others think Corey Holcomb.
That's it for the video. Y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel. These videos is kind of like the sound the sound waves, it kind of make it dramatic. It kind of make it seem like they probably going through the worst things in life due to what everybody be saying, but they could be okay and beyond what we know on the reality of life. So don't always take these videos in perspective of this was happening, this is what's happening, this was happening, they saying this, they saying that. It's a lot of gossiping on the internet, but we don't live their actual lives. Like, we're not around them 24/7 to know what they doing. But if they are going through these things, I hope they get back. I hope they get back right. I hope she, get back right, and Stephen Curry get back right, and they just end up cool. They family end up cool. If they family just get back, together, and whatever the case may be. But that's it for this video, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Makai, aka FlashyFlvke. Don't forget to turn on post notifications. Subscribe to the channel. Also, my Instagram is FlashyFlvke. You can go over there and follow me on there. But without further ado, we out. I'll see y'all. Peace.